Welcome to the ANPS channel, student. Welcome to the part 1 of chapter 3, Understanding Social Institutions. Here we are going to discuss the institutions which we are living right now and also formally and informally somehow associated with them, as well as gaining some knowledge. So as the institution generally can be referred something that works according to the rule and established least acknowledged by a law or a custom, that the establish of structures and pattern behavior of relationship that is accepted as a fundamental part of the culture can be referred the institutions basically. So now here we have definitely seen few things. The social institutions like family, marriage, as well as kinship, politics, and economics, religious, and education functions to control, punish, and reward an individual. They could be macro and micro as well. So here we definitely have seen that they are not like to roles film actor may not to do. Their control or punish rewards, and they could be macro institutions like the states of the macro, the family here, and introduce of social institutions is also to how sociology and social anthropology studies of them. Family, marriage, kinship, politics, economics, religious, and education. In the broadest sense, institution is something that works according to the rules of established or the least acknowledged by the law of the custom. We have definitely seen. And we have already seen that there are conflicting different understanding of the concept within the sociology. We have also been introduced in the functionalist and conflict perspective. Here, yes, there are two perspectives in order to know the social institutions, social perspective as well as functional perspective and the conflict perspective or conflict theorist. So here, what is the functionalist perspective? According to this view, social in we have definitely seen examine functions of state creations and enforcement of laws, setting conflict between the individuals, provision of service, economic and social policies. So what basically they talk about? According to this view, social institutions are a complex set of socialism. Beliefs, value, role relationship arise and response of needs of the society. Here, the functionalist as a view of understand social institution, a complex set of social norms, belief, value, and role in relationship that arise to the response of the exist of satisfy social needs. According to we find a normal and formal social institution in society. Institutions such as family, religious, are the examples of the normal or the moral social institutions or the formal institutions, and law of formal educations are formal social institution. Now next is conflict perspective. Here what basically they said about the conflict theorist or conflict perspective, that examines how political institutions being about change, competition for power, focus on how political institutions maintain power structure and the struggle that issues or ensues due power inequality. So from here, conflict according to the conflict perspective, conflict view, all individuals are not placed equally in society. All social institutions operate in the interest of dominant sections of society. Class, tribe, gender. The dominant social sections not only the dominates political and the economic institution, but also ensure that the ruling class ideas become ruling and ideas of society. This is a very different form of idea, and there are general needs of a society. Yes, in social institutions, when we are gathering our knowledge, in that way, also two way, in functionalist perspective and also conflict perspective, we gathered our knowledge. In functionalist perspective, in many kinds of social um institution like marriage, kinship, political, economic, family, marriage, okay, and education sector also, formally and informally, we indulge ourselves in gathering knowledge. And in a conflict perspective view, caste, tribe, gender basis also, there are some clashing interest, and as per that also ensure that ruling classes ideas become the ruling ideas of a society. As per that we gathered the knowledge. Now, the next thing is from here, the question arises, how does a family constraint we prove the opportunities to men and women? And how do political institutions affect the privileges of the dispossessed? There are few answers here we have to discuss about. The next, family, marriage, and kinship area. Family, marriage, and kinship area. From that area, we got to know, understand that social institutions proper way. Social institution, the family as in the institution. First, status, father, mother, son, daughter. Then is come to the expectations. Wives and husband must be also, we have definitely physically faithful to one another, and parents protect, instruct, and nourish children, as well as children obey their parents to school and do their chores. Values, all for the one for all. Blood is thicker than water. Next is norms. Help one another and does not rat in a family member's parents. Treat children equally, and children treat the parents with the respect. So here we have definitely seen that often in assume that all families are same, that no other social institution is universal and unchanging. And sociology and social anthropology have many decades of conducted field research across the culture to show how institution of family, marriage and kinship are important in all societies, yet their characters different. And societies, they have also shown how to family, private sphere linked to the economic and political, culture, educational, public sphere. Yes, in that particular social institution like family, marriage and kinship, we got knowledge about the public sphere like economy, cultural background, as well as educational background and political background. So this may remind you why there is a need to sphere borrow and different disciplines. We have to follow many different disciplines in order to know the link between the public sphere and also the personal sphere. They are interconnected with each other, but we got to know to stay and also stay calm and also realizing in our informal social institutions area. Now next is family. What basically family structure and as well as family do in a social institutions. According to the functionalist, their family performs important tasks which contribute to society, basic needs, and the helps and perpetuate social order. The functionalist perspective argues that the modern industrial societies function best if women look after the family and the men earn family livelihood. In India also, this particular modern industrial societies of function best in women look the family and the men earn for the family. That is the main approach from day one to right now condition also in some part of area and as well as India and world. In India, studies however suggested that the families need not to become nuclear in an industrial pattern economy of Singh. This is but the examples to show how trends based on experiences of one society cannot necessarily be generalized. The nuclear family is seen as the unit best equipped and handle the demands of industrial society by the functionalist, and such family on the adult can work outside of the home and the second adult cares of the home for the children. In practical terms, this specializations of role within the nuclear family involves in husband adopting the instrumental role as the breadwinner, sole incomer of family. That is the breadwinner do. So definitely that approach we have definitely seen in India as well as many other continent, and the wife assuming effective and emotional role to survive in domestic settings and domestic household. And this vision is questionable not just because is the gender unjust, because empirical studies across the cultural and the history shows that untrue needed, as you will see that the discussions of the work and the economy how in the contemporary industries like garment export and women from the larger part of the labor force such as separation, and also the suggested that men are necessarily heard of the households. This is not necessarily true as the box which given below shows. So we have definitely seen the approach of the family from the industrial background. Always society wants a particularly male dominated society, as well as female just work for under them, and male are the breadwinner and the work some instrumental follow some instrumental role, and women's are the wives assuming the effective emotional role on the domestic settings. We have definitely seen. The next thing is few things are the vision is questionable not just because of the gender unjust, because empirical studies also from day one area to right now also showing that particular thing. So that's why also our society grasp that particular types of knowledge that women only do the house chores things and men the breadwinner only do the instrumental work from the outside world. Now next is variations in family form. Here the next thing is the female headed household, which is very important topic from this area. How when a migrate to urban areas, women have a plow and manage the agricultural fields. Many time they become the sole providers of their families, as well as such household are known as the female headed households. Widowhood to the might create such familial arrangement, or it may happen when men get remarried and stop sending remittances or amendas to their wives and children and other dependents. In the such situation, women have to ensure that maintenance of the family. Among the columns, a tribal community from that area, women have to ensure a tribal community, southeastern Maharashtra from also, and the northern Andhra Pradesh, female headed household is accepted the norms only from that particular tribal area, because we have definitely seen the army wives as well as the other migrate workers wife and those who are yet to be divorced but their actually husband didn't send any amends for their children. That particular women's also work for the family. We have definitely seen. So families have always existed in the India, particularly among the deprived caste and classes, as well as the follow somehow female headed household. Next is variation in family forms. Next is of family forms. This is very important sections here. In India, one central debate has been about the shift From nuclear family to joint families, however, it is to the noted that the nuclear families have always existed in India, particularly among the deprived caste and classes. Among to the sociologist A.M. Shah remarks that the post-independence in India, the joint family has steadily increased, the contributed factor in the increasing life expectancy or the value of their life in India. According to him, it has increased 32.5 to 54.5 years men, and women is 31.7 to 55.97 years for women during the period of 1941 to 50 in 1981 to 85. Consequently, the proportion of the aged people like 60 years above the total population has increased. We have to ask, right, Shaz, in what kind of households do elderly people live? I submit that most of them live joint household because there the contribution is bigger, and as well as that part the contribution they not much followed any kind of crisis. So that's why, and this perspective also, the sociological perspective, and cautions us against blindly belief, common sense and impressions that the joint family is eroding fast, and the alerts to us the needs for the careful comparative and empirical studies. However, this again the broad generalizations and studies have to shown and diverse family forms found in different societies. Yes, as per that also, dimension, structure, features and call the family are there. So what are the there? First structure, when a father, mother and unmarried children only are there, which is the nuclear family. Father, mother and unmarried child. That is the nuclear family. Next is residence purpose is or the joint family purpose. Minimum 3 generations live together in joint family. Residence, newly married couple when they goes to the bridegroom parents, that is the patriarchal family. When brides goes to groom's house and live with their parents, that is called the patrilocal. The reverse conditions also happen. Newly married couple lives with the bride's parents, which is called the matrilocal. Okay, this reverse things happen, which is called matrilocal. Next, authority wise, in the family, men exercising authority and dominance, which is patricial family. Okay, right now in India basically most of the families are patricial, and women play a major role in decisions takings, or the women dominance are there, that is a matrilineal family, which is also we have definitely found in the northeastern side of India. Next is inheritance. Inheritance basis, family inheritance through the father, patrilineal family, and family inheritance through mother, called matrilineal family. We have definitely seen. So how, basically we have definitely told here that few things we have to talk about here, what they are allegedly linked to each other, the societies, as well as with the regard to the rule of residence. Some societies are matrilocal and some are the patrilocal. I have definitely told you. Here, matrilocal family contains the married couple residence with the wife parents, and the matrilineal family in the family mother or the oldest female in the head, and the family in this family descends relationships are also determined through the female line. Patrilineal family, in this family male holds the primary power in the dominance of Also, we have seen the father, and the father figures the authority over women and the children. Nuclear family, it consists of the house husband and the wife along with their unmarried children. And extended family, it consists the grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins also. So when we have definitely got particular the types of family members are there, but the very next day I'm going to discuss families are linked with the other social spheres and family change. Till now, take care, see you soon, thank you.